Hello everybody and welcome back to Create and Fun, where it's my sworn duty to make sure that I play, create, and I have fun. In today's episode, I do something I've been needing to do for a while, which is get an iron farm set up and then maybe even sell a little bit of that iron. So if you're at all interested, please stick around, and if you really like it, like and subscribe for more videos. Anyways, let's get into it. I did go ahead and pick up an elytra in the end, along with some shulkers. I quickly looted one of the closest end cities. I basically found it right away. And I got, what is it? I got 6 total shulker boxes, and I decided to set up one of the shulker boxes with all of my create stuff to make it super easy. Right now, I'm gonna clear out the area right next to my other factory because I think I'm gonna have, I want the iron one to be pretty close to this one, so it's like a tight-knit factory area over here maybe. But to do that, I'm gonna have to break down this wall I built and then some of the terrain too. Alright, so what I'm trying to do is I want to make a design that is going to be tileable, but is also only one strip wide so that I'm able to just stack them next to each other. So this factory, of course, is going to be my iron factory. Iron can be made using iron nuggets. Iron nuggets can be washed out of gravel. Gravel is just crushed cobblestone. So I'm gonna try my best to fit it in one line. I think this is gonna work. Right now, it looks like it's a lot bigger than one strip, but that's only because of how I have to power it. Once I get the amount I need to stack next to each other, all of the other stuff will go away, basically. It should be easy to have multiple next to each other with it all being fairly compact. The speed I have everything at is not tuned very well because of how bad my stress units are, but I should be able to tweak that too. Right now, it's perfectly lining up with this going in and blowing it perfectly, but if I had more stone breaking, I think I could have more on the belt at the same time, which will work a lot better. But as you can see, it's already going. Now imagine this, but layered like 5 to 8 times maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna sit here for a bit and see how many nuggets I actually get and then determine how many modules I think I'm gonna need lined up. But yeah, I'm just gonna build this out. So I've constructed it, but an issue I'm running into is that I'm not going to be able to produce nearly enough stress units with just what I'm usually using, which is the water wheels. So I think I'm going to have to make my first steam engine. I've got the basics of the steam engine right here, and now the steam engine, here, wait, let me do something real quick. Now I'm a professional. With the steam engine, all you need is a source of water and a source of heat. For the water, I can just pump directly into it with an infinite water source, so that's infinite water. But for the heat, I'm going to need either an infinite source of wood or an infinite source of lava. I'm torn between the two. And I'm thinking lava because I can just make a nether portal. And if you have a big enough body of lava, you can infinitely pump lava out of that area. I just pump it up, put it through a portal, feed it to these guys, and that's an infinite boiler setup. So I'm gonna try doing that. You gotta hope that this is gonna be a good spawn. Please, please, please. Oh. I don't think it could have been any worse. I think there's just a big enough lava pool straight down this way if I did it right. There it is. Okay. And I think this might barely be enough of it might be just enough lava to count as an infinite source, and I think it's just close enough to the portal that it'll work. So I got most of it hooked up. If you come through here, I have the line set up from here to the end, and then you come all the way from here with your empty bucket. It goes through, it gets shot with the lava, and then it goes all the way back into the overworld. The only problem is that I'm not able to, I need to load 3 chunks right here, and I thought that I could use this chunk loader here, the andesite one. But it will, the andesite one only loads 1 chunk, which I didn't realize. So I'm gonna have to make a brass chunk loader, which will load up to 5 chunk radius. But to do that, it's gonna need very complicated stuff and a big crafting area, which I don't have. But I think that Crafty has one of the big crafters at his base. Yeah, he does, but I don't think his is big enough because it needs to be what, 5 by 5, and his is only 5 by like not 5. I mean, all I'm doing is upgrading it. It's not like I'm making it worse. I think that'll work like that. And now if I and then I think you need to hit a button. Not if I go like this. It is so slow. Almost there. Come on. Come on. Oh. 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 Yeah. I just gotta put a ghast in it though. There one is. Come here. Get in my box. Oh no. Oh no. Oos. There we go. He's in it. All right. I got the chunk loader loading everything. I'm going to throw this bucket on here and then go through the portal. Oos. And we should see it coming back. This is a horrible time to be looking. There it is. The bucket came. Let me sleep. I also went ahead and made a mechanical arm. They're not that hard to make. You just need the precision mechanisms and a bunch of brass, and you can make one. And here, let me just run you through it again. All I have to do is select where I want it to grab from, where I want it to put to. So yellow is where it's putting to, and then I gotta come over here, and you have it all selected. You just place it down. So what I just did is configuring it to pull off of this depot. Once it pulls off the depot, it'll only put full lava buckets in here, and then it's filtered over here to only accept empty buckets. So in theory, if I just, and now you kind of have to kickstart it with a hand crank because you have to pump water in it initially. If I go like this, put that there, that there, and pump. Okay, and now it should be working. I should see a lava bucket come back. There it is. It's going the wrong way. But look, it'll grab there and fill up the other one. And look at that, 32,000 stress units. Oh my. I might have to make an entire area just to fill these up and then run the rotational energy elsewhere, because setting up water wheels everywhere is just not useful. This is the last couple blocks and that's it. That's all I need. I need to put the lava in and then we're done. 1 shaft. and it should start breaking. I forgot to put the new Steam engine's speed into the calculations, okay? But now the belts actually go slower. They were going way too fast before. So like this. Now it should all wash perfectly. And down here, I made the bottom belt faster, so it should never clog up here. It's working. I decided to double up on the washing portion of it because I figured out if you make the drills mine just a little bit faster, they make just enough for the grinders to crush 2 belts full. So now that I'm doing twice as much at the same time, I'm getting so much iron, it's insane. This has only been going for like 15 minutes, and this is like, what? Over a stack of iron ingots? Like, come on. Now all it needs is, I'm gonna have the filter, I'm gonna have it filter the flint and iron into their own storage things, and then maybe I'll have it so it auto compresses the nuggets into at least ingots, maybe even blocks. But I'm gonna do all of that and then also put a shell on it. So we'll see how that goes. It's done. The front of it's really the only thing I put a little bit of detail in. Besides that, the rest of the build looks pretty bland and just flat walls. But then there's also over here, I have set up how you're gonna pull it out. I couldn't make the room to compress all of the iron nuggets into ingots, but there's nothing stopping me from maybe changing that later. The thing is that I left this going while editing this video, and if you can see that at the top, I have over 12,000 flint and 6,500 nuggets, so I'll have plenty of iron for the next thing I wanted to show you. Can you see it? Let me get a better angle. It's a giant anvil. And down in the giant anvil, I have set up an iron store where I'm selling a stack of iron for 2 diamonds, which I think is pretty fair. I mean, I have infinite iron, so I mean, any price is okay, but I think 2 diamonds is reasonable. So we're gonna see if I sell any of that, maybe. The reason this build isn't completely finished is because I was looking at flint, because we have so much extra of it, and then I realized that there's a recipe for making flint, gravel, and then lava into andesite, which I already have the infinite lava from the boiler over here, and now I have the flint. So all I would need to do is make a little generator up top, and I think... chicken! I think I'm just gonna maybe put an andesite farm on top of the iron farm as like a little second stage to the building. So I just left it pretty flat up here. I think it looks fine for now, but that's all the time I have for today's episode. If you liked any part of this video, please consider subscribing and liking and leaving a comment. But anyways, bye!